Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through all the Supreme Arena defenses I've come up with for this week. I first of all just want to talk about the fact that some people are wanting a mid-level of teams which are using Celestial Hypogeans and things like that. Now the reason I haven't been including Celestial Hypogeans in mid teams or that many is because really for those comps they need multiple Celestial Hypogeans to really do well. And also if you take a look at my pay to win comps that I share, sometimes they're only using one or two Celestial Hypogeans per team, and I'll talk about some replacements you can try to do. But basically if you have Celestial Hypogeans built which are PvP oriented, you should try to take one or two teams from the pay to win set and then complement it with the third team from one of the earlier sets, free to play or mid set. So that is basically it. So for free to play team number one, this is going to be a Graveborn team using Nero to spread Bonnie debuffs. You need to have Nero with the Supreme Plus skill upgrade to run this team. Thorin soul pacting the Nero charms buffing up the Phantomal, Twins buffing up the Phantomal as well, and then the Phantomal is going to Spirit Mark Bonnie, who's going to apply the debuff, and Nero is going to spread it. And Lily May is a fine option. However, if you have Cele built, Cele is actually going to be better than Lily May for this comp. It just provides more survival, it provides the attack buff, and that is really good for this team. But Lily May is also fine, and if you have her more upgraded, definitely you can run that. And we're running it with the Earthshell spell. For team number two, it is going to be the Pandora Shmira combo team with almost to take an enemy Lily May interruption. Pandora is going to be pretty safe in this position. We have the Boom Mother buffing up the Shmira, and then also Pandora buffing Shmira. And we're going to go with the Resonating Spell to increase the HP loss damage of your rearmost hero, which is going to be the Shmira, so she hits even harder. And we have Almas as a tank, and then we have Ravion for further buffing up the Shmira, and then protection with the Lifesaver shield. Now the map effect is not too important. It is a summoning slight buff. However, the only summoning hero worth ever running would be Aurora, and even then you kind of need to have a different comp which is centered around her, and I feel like this will just be a stronger option. You can replace Shmira for Marcel, and this will also go for the mid-level of team. If you have Marcel, she should be better than Shmira in this comp, but Shmira should be great. You can even run Galahad, for example, if you don't want to run Shmira for whatever reason. Gala should also be good, but Shmira should be good as well. Okay, moving on to team number three. This is going to be the another Graveborn team, but here the Phantomal is spirit marking the Siren, who's going to apply the debuffs. Theodore is going to give energy boost to Siren to get an ult off quickly. We have Callan for protection for the whole team. Ideally, you have Callan as Supreme Plus with this skill upgrade. You can try him even before that, but if you don't even have that, you can also replace him for a hero like Velka would be a decent replacement. But Callan, of course, he does a very unique job for the team with the protection. And then we have Ludovic here for healing, and Damon buffing up the Phantom and protecting it. With the Bulwark spell, this is going to be a lot of shielding on the team, and there's going to be now more shielding onto Callan for that reason, and everyone's protected under this lineup. Okay, so for our mid team number one, we are going to be running the Shadewing as the Spirit Mark target, definitely, and also we have Satrana Bonnie for more debuffs and damage over time. We have Damon as a tank, and he's going to be protecting and buffing the Phantomal, and then we have Cele in the back. Like I said, Cele is a great option into this team. She adds to the survivability. She also does magical damage to spread Bonnie and Satrana debuffs, and she also great healing, health boosting, and attack boosting. She's overall a really good supportive hero in this team comp, and has much more synergy than a hero like Lily May. However, if you don't have Cele's build or she's under upgraded, you can run Lily May as well. Lily May will be fine here. However, Cele will really complement the team much better, so Cele is the recommended. Moving on to team number two, it is the same team, but like I said, in the free-to-play team as well, you can run Marcel if you have Marcel built, rather than Shmira in the back slot behind the Pandora, and basically to get that immediate ultimate, and then that damage boost. Or you can run Galahad if you want to run Gala rather than Shmira for whatever reason, but Shmira should also be good. The Shmira is going to burst enemy really hard. The only question is it will take a little bit of time for the damage to go off. It's not like an instant nuke like with heroes like Marcel or Galahad, which are more immediate. And Resonating Spell just to buffer up further. And then finally team three, this is the better version of Theodore Siren. That's why it's in the mid-level of team, because you have Nero, who will take an enemy Lily May interruption that frees up Siren to get off an ultimate immediately. Nero is also boosting the damage of the Graveborn Phantomal. Phantomal Spirit marking the Siren, and again we have Callan for just added protection for the whole team. Bulwark spell And this is going to be a really strong team. Basically, as you guys are noticing, Graveborn Phantomal is the strongest for PvP. And that's why, if for free-to-play mid teams, I want you to run 2 of your teams as Graveborn. Even if your Shadewing is under-upgraded or your Nero is under-upgraded, as long as Nero is at Supreme Plus, Shadewing honestly can work even if he's a work in progress, even if he's not Supreme Plus yet. But basically, then you want to run these teams because they are going to be better than any other option, any other combination. And that is also why for like our mid teams, we don't have many Celestial Hypogeans because they don't exactly fit into the team. For example, you can't give up on Theodore and Siren onto this team. They're a really important core, and then the other 3 have to be Graveborn. And then team number 1, I mean, Cele is just a really good supportive hero here. And then you have Citrana, who is also synergizes really well with this comp. So that's the whole idea. So before we move on to the pay-to-win teams, guys, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please consider using my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus Dragon Crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser. And whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys all so much for your support. Okay guys, for pay to win team number 1, we're going to have the Ulna Cele's combo, which is working really well. It's very effective. And then we do have the Graveborn Phantomal over here, Spirit marking the Ulna, who is going to immediately haste debuff all of the enemies. We have Damon to further buff up and protect the Phantomal, Ludovic just for burst healing for all of our grouped up allies over here. Celeste as well, going to have that healing, that attack buff, that health increase. And then we have Bonnie, who is going to apply a debuff and that damage over time. Hopefully we can spread it with heroes like Damon, Celeste, who deal magical damage, and Bonnie herself, and then we're gonna have that damage ticking along with the Graveborn Phantomal damage. So this is a very good team, very solid, and like the Ulna Cele's combo with the Graveborn Phantomal damage just ticking is really difficult for the enemy to deal with. So this is a really good team, and again, it's only using 1 Celestial Hypogean hero here. So like, even though this is pay to win, if you have Ulna built, which is a key PvP Celestial Hypogean, you should run this team, and then and then mix and match your other teams from the different suggestions I have. Team number 2 is also not going to be incredibly pay to win, but it does have Zorya. I know, and people may not have Zorya, but I'm going to talk about replacement after we explain the team. So basically, we have Pandora up here. She's not going to be jumpable by Sylvina. She's not Rainier swappable. She's going to be boosting the damage of Graveborn Phantomal. Graveborn Phantomal, of course, needs to Spirit Mark Shadewing, who's a key hero. We have Thorin to Soul Pact and just be a tank up front. If the enemy has heroes in these tiles, they're not going to be attacking Pandora. Thorin is going to be taking the damage, or Cele in the back. And then we have Zorya in the back. She's going to go in the Pandora box. That's going to delay her entry into the fight. That is going to be more stall factor for us. And then we also have the light heal spell for additional like protective buff, survivability, which I think really synergizes with this comp, because this is a stall comp at the end of the day. Zorya is going to try to stall out the enemy while your Shadewing, Graveborn Phantomal down is ticking, and Athelia keeps nuking them. And Pandora also, this is going to give her a defensive buff in case she takes a lot of damage right from the beginning. She should be able to survive and not go down. So this is a really good comp if you have Zorya. But of course, many people would not be able to invest into Zorya because it doesn't really make sense to do that. Then what I would do is I would go for Igor, and then I would go for Alyssa. Rather than Pandora. Pandora is good in these stall comps because her box keeps dealing damage even after she's dead. However, there's not really any good target to be putting into the box if you don't have Zorya, right? So I would probably go for then a comp like this. As you guys see here, still you have Graveborn Phantomal, Spirit Marking Shadewing, Thorin up front, and then you just go for Alice at Igor combo. Just Igor is going to be your stall factor, right? And you could even have it positioned like this, and then Athelia is going to keep dealing damage, Igor is going to keep stalling, and then your damage is going to be ticking over time from Graveborn Phantomal and such. So yeah, this would be a good, like, basically replacement if you can't run the Zorya version. And moving on to Team number 3. Team number 3 is the most pay to win, of course. There is a replacement for Kulu, which we'll talk about, but really the idea behind this comp is Marcel is your hyper carry. You can potentially use another ranged hyper carry, even like Shamira, for example, if you don't have Marcel invested. You have Gunner to have more protection onto your Marcel. You have Dunlinger, of course, gonna shield the Marcel, and then we have Callan to be protecting everyone with the Bulwark spell onto him. And there's a lot of shielding in this team. Gunner is gonna be shielding, Callan's gonna be shielding, Bulwark spell, and basically the team is not going to die anytime soon. And Kulu is very effective because she has a ranged defense buff for your allies. She walls off against melee comps, and then Skyclouch Phantom buffing up Marcel. So this is a really good comp. I really like it. However, if you do not have Kulu, for example, you can substitute for a hero like Mihira. It's still going to be fine. There's no problem with running Mahira here, in which case I would probably just have her in this maybe middle central position. There's no problem doing this. It's still going to be effective. It's still going to be buying time basically for Marcel to begin nuking, which is all the idea behind this team comp. And then you're still going to have the Celestial Hypogean Phantoma. That is really the important thing about this comp. If you do not even have Mahira built or something, you could technically even go for a hero like Aurora. You can put Aurora up front and go for a position like this. This is also honestly fine. There's no problem with this. Actually, no, I would probably not put Aurora there. I would probably put Aurora over here, because the thing is, you don't want Aurora taking the Bulwark spell. I don't know exactly how it works because she's not targetable, but yeah, you want Callan to have the Bulwark spell. But basically, you can go for Aurora, you can go for Mahira, you can go for Scarlita. Basically, there are a lot of options just to enable the Phantom, but I really think Gunner and Dunlinger, those are the big two for this comp, because Gunner provides that great protection and buffing to Marcel, which is really important, and then your other hero is just kind of a tech option, and Dunlinger also prevents the ultimate. So Dunlinger is really good, but if you can run Dunlinger, you can run a hero like but basically, try to use these teams, mix and match with your own options. These are just basically framework teams to run. And because I understand people are worried, or basically they're upset that maybe I don't check the comments. I'm not trying to give a mid team, which is catering towards Alicet and other Celestial Hypogeans people are built for Dream Realm. And just the truth of it is that they are not the most effective just on their own. Like, throwing an Alicet into a comp is not really necessarily going to make it better. Now, Alicet with a Thalia and an Igor Stall, that's pretty good, like we were talking about on team number 2. Or even Baelran has major issues. You really have to build a team centered around him, and I don't exactly know how strong it is overall. So that's why I don't really be recommending Baelran. Also because, like, when you're talking about a player who's mid-level, a budget, like, you know, a player who's a mid-spender, right? They're going to probably have Paragon 3, Paragon 4 regular faction heroes. And then there's no point in running a Supreme plus Baelran in PvP. So those are all the reasons I'm basically doing that. The pay-to-win teams are the top tier teams that I've basically come up with. You can mix and match with your own options. But they are using the PvP-focused Celestial Hypogeans, of course. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this video. And if you have any other teams you would like to share, you can copy and paste a formation ID from your team set into the comment section. Others can try it out. It may work out well for them, and that is always appreciated, and it's interesting to see. But thank you guys all so much for watching. That's gonna be it for this video. And if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight Store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video and a pinned comment, and you can actually bookmark this link in your browser, and whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.